Well, Dom, I think it's interesting to see the emotion in the tape. By and large, though, the S&P 500 is still above the significant 2,800 level, but you're absolutely right. We are seeing some pain in the futures market, pre-market, and that's by and large due to the fact that the U.S. is considering blacklisting additional Chinese companies. The Huawei situation did not go very well, so I think as we see emotion come into the tape, you are seeing treasuries being bought. 2.35, that's the lowest yield we've seen in quite some time, but I think we all have to take a big, deep breath, Dom. Don't spill your coffee, because at the end of the day, we are not seeing the VIX not even above 17. That's really reflecting the fact that, yes, this is just part of the process. These are the escalating tensions I think they have to work out as they negotiate this deal.
Is it fair to say, Jeff, that this market latest leg lower has been orderly in your mind? I mean, we haven't seen some 500, 700-point drops in the Dow. We haven't seen, 50 to 60-point drops, 70-point drops in the S&P 500. This has been, in many cases, what some would consider an orderly decline. Is this just a revaluation of asset prices given the ongoing trade concerns, or is it the beginning of something much worse?
No, I think this is very orderly. I think you bring up a great point. We talk here in Chicago a lot about the volume. We're not seeing overwhelming volume to the downside. That's really helping us better understand what is the emotion in the market. So as we see these sectors rebalance, as we see tech, which has been the leading sector for quite some time, as we see some emotion come in there, I think there's people taking profits, but it's all going back to the uncertainty. But one thing that I really want to quell all the emotion out there is that we have all the emotion coming in with this trade deal situation. But remember, Dom, we have 4 Fed speakers talking today, and the Fed always has a way to make everyone feel better by the end of the day. So I think the Fed, the heavy hand of the Fed, will continue to prop up markets above 2,800 in the S&P 500.
All right, before we let you go, Jeff, I mean, you're a trader. You like to look at stocks often. Are there any places in particular that you're finding opportunity, given the fact that we have seen an orderly revaluation of the marketplace?
Well, I think you have to look at the proxies to China. Let's look at a Boeing, up about 12% on the year. But even look at a CAT, which is flat on the year. Or lastly, look at Apple, which is up about 19% on the year. But all 3 of those are the proxies to China. So I think, Dom, it's really important to understand, whenever you see a negotiation, you will see these trade tariff conversations escalate a little bit before. It's kind of like a Rocky Balboa movie. How much pain can Rocky Balboa take before he beats Mr. T? Well, I think the U.S. administration is willing to take a little bit more pain, because at the end of the day, I think China needs to come to the table. So expect a little bit more escalation, but look at some of the discounts out there, specifically in the Chinese proxy stocks.